going to continue working on my my steam engine. If you remember, I should probably not stand in the light. I got it pretty much working. It runs on like 45 psi, I believe I found out. But now I'm shaking. I don't know why. But now I need to make something, some sort of a mount, a stand, and connect it to a power source, a fuel source. So, like I mentioned in the last video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, the plan was to get a two-wheeled dolly and mount it on that. But then I thought to myself, why am I buying a dolly? I probably have all the parts I need. So, I took a look around. I have this old lawnmower that I've stolen the wheels off of. And what I'm going to do is use some of my 1/2-inch stock steel here and create an axle for those wheels. Mount up that angle iron and put some sort of handle on it. Probably use the handle off of the lawnmower. Just so you're aware, this lawnmower was never going to run again. The engine is seized up. I think it's just rust. I probably could get the engine to run again, but as you can see, there's a lot of rust on the body. You can't really see it down there, but on the inside it's almost rusted through. See all this? Yeah, it's never running again as a lawnmower. So, stole the wheels. The engine is actually not attached right now. It's just sitting there. Probably pull that apart. Maybe I'll make a video on getting a seized engine running again. I think most likely it was run without any oil in it. That's why it's seized. But, what was I talking about? Oh yes, wheels, 1/2-inch axle, angle iron, handle, phone, and making it myself will allow me to basically custom build this for my specific purpose. If I were to buy a dolly, I would have to modify it significantly in order to get it to work for my purpose. But making it myself, I can put in any supports, any cross members I need. I already have most of the plumbing figured out. I need a flexible line for the steam, which I should be getting tomorrow. Because the plan is basically to have the engine on one end, the end with the wheels, then have, you know what, I'm going to draw a picture for you, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I realize this is fairly crude, but this is what it'll end up looking like. You have your base with your wheel, which would have been the dolly, an arm coming out so that it can be tipped up so it sits straight up, and you have your fuel tank, your water tank, and your engine. Okay, what's going to happen is I have the propane coming out into a burner, which is in fact right there. It's the side burner off of a barbecue, and that's going to go down, heat my water. Okay, now coming out of here, propane tanks, once you take the valve off, Where is it? Here. Once you take the valve off a propane tank, all it is a 3/4 inch fitting. So, it's easy enough. It's easy enough to just take that fitting off and replace it with a piece of 3/4 inch pipe. Running up here, we're going to go to a valve, which is just going to have an open end on it. Running down, we're going to go into our flexible line, braided stainless steel most likely, into another shutoff, which will control the steam going in so that I can build up pressure here before it reaches my engine. And then on the engine itself, actually I should have put that in somewhere, we're going to have our big flywheel. I'm a really poor artist. And then over here, I'm going to mount a AC motor. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with electronics, when you apply power to an AC motor, obviously you're going to get rotation. But the opposite is also true. If you rotate a motor, be it AC or DC, you're going to get electricity. So what my engine is going to do is rotate my flywheel, which is going to rotate my motor just through friction drive. I'm not going to put any sort of technical thing in there. And then I'm going to wire that into a voltage regulator of some sort, and I'm going to have a portable generator. On the back side, because the drive shaft goes straight through this guy, I'm going to put in an arm that will allow me to attach it to a pump that I'm making to pump water. Now, when you take it, turn it up, you close this valve, okay? You leave this valve open, and that will allow you to pour water into this tank. Makes it much easier. And that is the setup. I have my engine, obviously. I have my motor. I have all the steel and stuff I need to make the cart. I have the water tank. It's just an empty propane tank that I'm going to repurpose. And I have the fuel tank, actually, as well. So it's just a matter of basically getting these couple little bits and putting the whole thing together. Hopefully, it turns out well. I'm going to do a little work on it today, but I think I'll leave that for next week, actually. I won't put that I won't upload that this week. So you guys have yourselves a good day.